In this era, where everything seems to be changing so fast, little daily habits have helped sustain our normality. Many of us have adjusted our lifestyles and sought simple routines to overcome the pandemic's negative repercussions on our mental being. And here, coffee played a vital role. Its simple preparation has become a self-reward. It fueled many of us and kept us going through this crisis. It helped us transition into a new reality. But with the warm, welcoming feeling it gives us every day, have we ever considered asking ourselves how the people behind this commodity are doing? If you're curious, then spare us some time and let us walk you through this journey of knowing and doing something about the current state of the coffee value chain, specifically in Calabarzon. With the intent of assessing and enhancing the status of coffee value chain in Calabarzon, especially in this time of pandemic, the Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic, and Natural Resources Research and Development of the Department of Science and Technology, also known as DOST Picard, funded the project titled Enhancing the Agri-Aqua Food Value Chain through Smart Technologies and Partnerships Towards Food Resiliency and the New Normal in Calabarzon, or simply Coffee Food Value Chain Project. The Coffee Food Value Chain Project generally aims to enhance the food value chain for coffee in Calabarzon towards improving agricultural productivity, competitiveness, efficiency, and inclusive food sustainability. This project, which has a 1-year approved duration of implementation and a 10-month progressive project extension, is being implemented by Cavite State University through the National Coffee Research, Development, and Extension Center. Its 10 beneficiaries are the 10 identified coffee producer organizations and the 2 pilot farms in the region, namely Bailen Coffee Growers Association, Minantok East Coffee Growers Association, Canopy Farms, and NFP Farms in Cavite, Casilla Ginting Upland Marketing Cooperative, Juan Santiago Agriculture Cooperative, and Cueva Coffee Farmers Association in Laguna, Aga Farmers Multipurpose Cooperative, and Kailaway Farmers Association in Batangas. Samahan ng magsasaka ng San Andres Bakbak Kayumbay Tanay, Rizal Association Incorporated in Rizal, and Masalukat Farmers Association, as well as Ginayangan Coffee Growers Association and Farmer Entrepreneur G Cafe Incorporated in Quezon. In general, the Coffee Food Value Chain Project revealed the emerging gaps in the region's coffee sector. With a series of needs assessment conducted, the socio-economic and demographic profile of the coffee farmers, their coffee farm management, harvest and post-harvest management, and the support services they received and needed during this pandemic were identified. With this, the team was able to center the assistance in areas that build transformative paths and long-term potential for the smallholder coffee producers and small-scale processors in the region. Some of the critical findings found are the developing gap between the aging coffee farmers and the up-and-coming generation, low coffee profitability, lack of lucrative market where producers can sell their products at a reasonable price, lack of access to credit, availability of quality farm inputs and coffee equipment, and the lack of farmer training and coffee extension support system among the key players in the value chain. These indicate that the coffee sector in the region indeed faces challenges that are needed to be addressed with concentrated efforts from its various key stakeholders. Meanwhile, in response to the identified challenges, the project team conducted activities to contribute to achieving the project's definitive goal of enhancing the coffee value chain in Calabarzon. In production, the gap at the farm level was addressed through the provision of skills training in coffee production and good agricultural practices to the project's stakeholders, alongside the provision of IEC materials for effective information dissemination. The farmer members of the POs were specifically capacitated on the technical know-how of coffee in terms of the overview of the coffee industry, coffee characterization, coffee nursery establishment, methods of coffee propagation, establishment and management of coffee plantation, management of coffee pests and diseases, and the economics of coffee production. The farmers were also encouraged to do proper rejuvenation to lessen the number of old coffee trees and increase productivity. The project also donated quality planting materials and other farm inputs to the POs. On the processing side, wet processing technology as a value-adding activity was introduced to the farmer members of the POs in Calabarzon through establishing STCBFs, or Science and Technology Community-Based Farm. The would-be STCBF implementers attended an intensive training on this technology to learn its know-how. This intervention is envisioned to significantly impact the farmer's profit margin, resulting in a quality coffee green bean that they can sell at a higher price. In the end, the coffee beans that undergo traditional drying and wet processing were subjected to cupping through the recently concluded Regional Coffee Cupping Competition and Trade Fair. Aside from this activity, the team also collaborated with the Pacape project of PhilCafe in conducting the coffee evaluation in Region 4A planning workshop to thoroughly analyze the quality of the coffee samples of the POs. After a week-long coffee inspection and tasting, 6 coffee samples of the POs of the coffee food value chain emerged as premium, while 1 was fine. Further, the project also provided the beneficiaries with intensive training on primary and secondary processing. This endeavor helped them standardize their processing operation, thus better meeting the taste demands of their customers through the provision of coffee products of better quality. The technical assistance provided by the project also led to the development of various coffee blends that the POs are now marketing. Along with the technical assistance is the establishment of a shared service facility where 2 units of dryers and depulpers will be deployed to even smoothen the process. Each PO will also receive 1 elevated dryer. In marketing, one of the solutions solicited to improve the marketing skills of the stakeholders is to enroll interested organizations or authorized officers under the Technology Business Incubators or TBI component of the project. Here, incubatees are being trained on different business aspects. From farming, they are encouraged to gradually venture into the business side of coffee to increase their association's income further. The effort to strengthen the promotion of the products of its POs is also being escalated through the development of promotional videos alongside the design and provision of packaging materials. To auspiciously widen the scope of the PO's target market, the team has also tapped OneStore.ph, an e-commerce web application launched by the Department of Science and Technology, or DOST, led by Ms. Verlin Gorospe, Project Assistant 3. The POs had an idea on the benefits of venturing at OneStore.ph, while the team was kept abreast on its different subcomponents that will surely be beneficial to the future undertakings of the project, especially to those related to pro-farmer product commercialization. And just recently, the trade fair component of the conducted Regional Coffee Cupping Competition provided the POs with the opportunity to promote and showcase their flagship local coffee products. To date, other activities being prioritized by the team, considering the emerging problems on the marketing side of the region's coffee sector, includes the strengthening of market linkages and extending of support to its beneficiaries through the provision and development or improvement of their product packaging and branding paraphernalia. And while the scale of the project has dramatically improved the current status of the coffee value chain in the region through the above-said conducted activities, it doesn't stop here. Strategic investments are still needed to lay a foundation for more strengthened coffee organizations and later add to the sector's competitive advantage. And on this, consistency and continued coordination among the key players of the coffee value chain are needed. We must strive for continuous improvement and help one another for us to be able to bring the Philippine coffee back to the world market.